Today I'm reviewing the iSlim TC80W. Hi Vapists, it's Darth Naga here again, bringing to you another hardware review. And in this case it's the iSlim TC80W kit, which also includes the Equator 22mm tank. Holds about 2 ml of juice, so, and you know, it's a solid little device. But I tell you what, let me take you into the down view and show you the ins and outs. Then we'll come back up and I'll give it a vape. Alrighty, let's go to the down view now. Okay, here we are, up close and personal with the Bullvapor iSlim TC80W. This is designed by Bullvapor, but made by Better Life. Now, Better Life, as I said in the up close, you'll remember I've reviewed one of their products before, the iSlim Roll, which is a lovely little bit of kit. And yeah, hopefully the Bullvapor iSlim TC lives up to the same standards. It says here that it's got one piece iSlim TC80W, one piece Equator 22 atomizer with a 0.5mm coil in it. It's got a nickel coil in there as well for the temperature control. An LG HE4 battery, which mine didn't contain, and a USB charging cable and a manual. Now, when you open the package, this is what you get. Now, looking at this box, you would automatically assume that you get a black tank with the black mod and a silver tank with the silver mod, or stainless steel, whichever way you want to call it. But I didn't. Now, I don't know whether that was a manufacturing issue or what, but I got a silver tank. That's the Equator 22 tank there, or Equator 22 tank, whichever way you want to say it. And yeah, it's got like a little silicone sleeve on the top here. I noticed one other reviewer whinged about the fact that there's no knurling on the lid, and he said that there was no knurling on the lid, so it was difficult to take the lid off. To me, that's the whole point of what this is for. So you have that on there, and it makes it really, really easy to twist that off. But yeah, we'll get to the tank in a second. Let me just show you the rest of it first. So in there is a half ohm Canthal coil, and my spare coil, which was supposed to be an NI200, actually turned out to be a Canthal 0.3 watt, so 0.3 ohm, sorry. So I'm guessing that there was some sort of manufacturing issue, or a mistake was made or whatever, and as such, not only did I not get the battery, which I'm guessing would sit there, yeah, potentially, or in the mod itself, but basically this one didn't come with the LG HE4 battery. It didn't come with a nickel coil, it came with two Canthal ones. Aside from that, I think everything else is there. You've got the USB charging cable, you've obviously got the Bullvapor mod itself, iSlim TC80W. It's got the Bullvapor logo on the other side, as you can see there, and in the bottom it says designed and manufactured by Better Life. Now, again, we'll talk about that in a second. The only thing I do seem to be lacking, oh no, there it is, tucked underneath. So yeah, there you go, there's your Bullvapor iSlim manual to show you all its major functions. Right, let me pop this to one side for a minute. I'll keep the tank here, the charging cable can fuck off. Right, so let's get up close and personal with the tank first. As you can see, it's just a straight up, very simple, straightforward tank. Nice drip tip, fits in there nice and snug. Take that off. You've got your little silicone cap here, which is blatantly for taking this off, because otherwise without that, oh well, no, it's still relatively easy. So there's your cap, and it's basically a top fill tank. You just pour juice down the inside of the glass there to fill it up. It's about a 2.5 mil. I think they class it as 2.5 mil, but I think it's about 2. So it's a 2 mil tank, and you just pop the glass off, and there's your coil, and you'll see on the inside there, I'll just show you, the coil's got some threading, and that's how the glass sticks to the top. So you just take it apart, take it apart like that. And that is it. All that there, that's the tank. It's very straightforward. There's no rebuildable deck for it. The only negative in my mind, I suppose it's not really a negative, because obviously you use the coils for the actual, to hold the tank together, so that it's not really a negative, is it? Yeah, seems pretty good. Quite sort of pleased with this. Been vaping on it a fair bit. The airflow's good. The flavour's quite nice. Obviously I'll vape on it a bit more when we go back to the up view. And the little silicone thing kind of makes up for the fact that it's not black, and the black O-rings that sort of make up for it a little bit. But yeah, all in all, a nice little device. The pin is flush, so it will fire on most regulated devices absolutely fine. For fuck's sake, don't use it on hybrids. Alright, so let's put that to one side. Let me whack a battery in this bad boy and we'll take a look at it a little bit up close. Okay, here we are up close with the iSlim TC80W by Bullvapor. Similar, very similar design to its older brother, the iSlim Roll. Obviously, though, the iSlim Roll is, you know, it's a similar. Basically, I think it's the similar chip inside, but obviously the designs are slightly different with this having a little roller wheel and stuff. But let me put that to one side for a minute. So on here we have the plus and minus buttons. On there you've got your little charging port just there, and obviously you've got your fire button just there. Standard 510 connection. Looks like it's made out of stainless steel, and I believe, let me just give this a little prod. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's spring loaded, but there's definitely something there that's stopping it from going all the way in. You can see a few anti-marks because I have been using this quite a lot, because it's a really nice device. You'll see it is a bit battered up. That is actually down to me dropping it a fair few times on gravel. And I tell you what, unlike the TC Roll, which the outside feels like it's made of aluminium, or some other light material, this feels like the whole thing's made out of stainless steel. It's heavy. For what it is, it's heavy. And it's taken knocks here, there and everywhere, and it keeps on going. It's great. There's your battery venting socket, or your battery venting port, whatever you want to call it. And this just simply comes off. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see a bit better. There we go. And this just simply comes off with a great straight up plop. If you're feeling that it's a bit too tough to get off for some reason, you can always slide it down and then off. See that? Down, off. It's that simple, down and off. But it's fine in normal use that it won't actually, you know, when you're moving it about and whatnot, it won't fall off. So I've already popped one of my batteries in there. Let's turn it on and we'll go from there. Oh, got it the wrong way around. There we go. Okay, so currently I've got it on 25 watts because I was vaping a 0.5 ohm coil or something like that. And basically, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. You just saw me turn it off there. There we go. Hello! Just like the iSlim Roll. 3 clicks gets you into the menu. And in there you've got TC mode, power mode, system, and exit. Very straightforward. TC mode, power mode, system, and exit. Exit, as you would assume, just exits the menu. TC mode switches it into TC mode. You've got custom TCR, which means you can select all your TCR settings if you're into that sort of thing. And I found this does actually work quite well for that. It's got TI, so you've got your titanium mode, nickel 200, stainless steel 316L, custom TCR background. So there you go. So you've got all that. If I was going to do it, I'd go for stainless steel, and then you can have units in Fahrenheit or Celsius. I'm British, so I do fucking Celsius. And then exit. And again, bang, there it is in temperature control mode. Piece of piss. Right, back into the menu. No, system off. I just pressed it 5 times. Ah, hello. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you've got TC mode, system. So under system you've got screen, and in the screen you've got right or left, normal, stealth. So you've got right or left, which means you can change the screen to be like to the right or left side. Normal, which is basically puts it back into normal mode. Stealth, the screen doesn't show up at all when you fire the button, and it stays off most of the time. Fuck knows why this option's still available these days. I don't see the point of it, but hey. And then let's exit out. Switch it. That's fine. Normal mode. Exit. Right. 1, 2, 3. Let me just show you what other stuff they've got in the system mode. System. Right. So that was the screen. You got your count. So you got your puff count there. And you can clear the count just by pressing that. And then exit. That's your puff count. But I don't even use puff count anymore. It's not something I really. It's not something I've ever looked at, to be honest. Screen, puff count, sensitivity. Now, sensitivity is like on the iSlim TC roll. You've got a sensitivity between 20, which is stupidly sensitive. Oh, and you can't actually hold the button down. Oh, that's a negative. And then obviously you've got, it goes right down to 1. Now what this does is in temperature control mode, when you've got juice on the coil, you can alter the sensitivity of whether the juice is detected or not. I showed you that on the iSlim TC roll. If you want to know the full ins and outs of it, go back a few reviews, the iSlim TC roll, and you'll see it. And basically it just alters the sensitivity. So 20% is really sensitive. So if it's dry even for a second, it'll cut out. Where 4 is a little bit more lenient. It has to be proper dry. My dog's sneezing in the background. Hold on. No, he's good. So it has to be proper dry for it to actually cut out. So that's obviously what the sensitivity means. Okay. Back into system. Right, we've done screen. We've done puff count. We've done sensitivity. Screen, puff count, sensitivity. Brilliant. Okay, count, boom, boom. Okay, so obviously a major negative, well not a major negative, but a slight negative there, as you probably saw running through the menu. Some of them don't have an exit screen, so you've actually got to go into an option to then exit out of it. So let's have a look. Right, I'm going to go back into power mode. Okay. If it's anything like the previous iSlim, let me just press these together. No. There we go. So it won't fire at all. I've just turned it off. Hold on. Right. So when you press the minus and the power together, it says hold for lock power, or hold to lock power, and then it says power locked, and you hold it again to unlock the power. So it'll unlock, stop it accidentally firing in your pocket. Also, let me see if I can press these two at the same time. It's a funny angle, you see. Okay, so you press these two, the minus and plus, exactly the same as the iSlim. Obviously not with the iSlim because that was a thing, but anyway. So you press your minus and plus to set the resistance of the atomizer. So that's when you've got a temperature control coil on it, you can press those two to actually set the resistance. And that, as they say, is pretty much it. Temperature control units, temperature control on this works absolutely fine. I did the coil band test, and it does indeed stop like immediately, just like the iSlim roll. It won't even fire if it can't tell there's any juice on it. So if there's one thing that Better Life do, which is a lot better than other manufacturers, is the temperature control side of things. However, I stopped using temperature control a while back, just because I just find it nicer to have a nice hot vape and not use temperature control at all. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I've shown you the device now up close. Let me just put that there. I'm going to get this filled up, and then we're going to go up and have a little vape on it. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the up view, and I'll give it a vape, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about it. Alright, let's go to the up view now. Okay, here we are back in the up view with the iSlim TC80W. I've been using this device for a few weeks now to get, got to use it for a few weeks just to get the full feel of it, and I must admit it's not skipped a beat. As you can see, the tank itself, the Equator, I believe they call it the Equator, which is a weird name for a tank, but the Equator tank here uses its own coils, its own special type of coils that you can buy from Better Life. By the way, you can get this from, actually it's designed by Bullvapor but made by Better Life. So if you go to bullvapor.com, that'll take you to the Better Life site where you can actually buy one of these. And I believe they're somewhere in the region of about 25-30 quid at the most, which is cracking for a little device like this. I think they sell them directly from China, but I'm sure, if you speak to your local vape shop, they can get onto these guys and get one for you. My main point that I like about this mod, more than anything, is, well, for a start, the battery door's solid, absolutely solid, there's no fucking movement there, it's nice and clicky, nice and magnetic, does the little thing where if you slide it down a bit, boom, and take it off. It's really easy. In case you find it difficult to pull on that, you're a bit weak, you just slide it down slightly and boom, it comes off. But it doesn't fall off in normal use, which is brilliant. The whole thing's made of, I swear to God, it feels like stainless steel. It feels like the whole thing's machined out of stainless steel because it's quite hefty. It's got a fair bit of heft to it. And yeah, it's really, really nice. The tank itself hasn't skipped a beat either. I've had no leaking whatsoever with it, and it's a proper sort of lung, because you can't really mouth the lung. You can't really mouth the lung, it's not built for that. So you've got to go air, you've got to go lung hits. As you can see, it chucks the vapor quite nicely. Flavour wise, I've got DWF's APC juice in here from Steam Machine, and the flavour's pretty good. It's not anything to write home about, but then I do find with a lot of pre-built coil tanks, apart from the Imp, which I just reviewed a little while ago, I do find with a lot of replaceable coil tanks the flavour isn't quite as good as building your own. So you've got the little rubber thing on the top here, little rubber cap, so it sort of makes it blend in a little bit better with this mod, and also that assists in unscrewing it so you can do the top filled juice. Again, filling, no issues, it's all good. I've had no leaking, no nothing from it, and it's just a nice bit of kit, to be fair. If you can order it directly from their site, then I would recommend doing so. Personally, I'll be honest, personally, one of my other things that I've had is the, oh fucking hell, I can't remember what the name of it is now. How about that? The VTC Mini. So I've had the VTC Mini for ages, and I quite enjoyed that little mod, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely little mod, but it's nowhere near as nice as this. This is so much nicer. I mean, it's a little bit aesthetic, but there's a little bluey glow to the button. The screen's nice and clear. I find it very easy to read. The screen shuts itself off after after a short amount of time, so it saves you battery life. The battery life on it's really good. I'm finding myself with normal use getting sort of a day and a bit. At sort of 20 watts, up to 40 watts, you're looking at maybe half a day, things like that. So it's a single XT650 mod at the end of the day. It's built for carrying in your pocket, maybe, vaping while you're driving, things like that. But it's absolutely solid. I've dropped this so many times and it's not popped open, it's not broken. Don't get me wrong, it's got a bit of a dent in the metal there, but then you're going to expect that when you drop it on the gravel. Aside from that, it's got a lovely weight and I love it. I really like it a lot. Tank's nice, mod's nice, and considering you get them in a kit for about 30 quid, it's pretty much a bargain. But yeah, contact the guys at bullvapor.com, put their link across the top there, And either they'll possibly send you, you know, if you want to buy one, they'll probably send it to you direct, or failing that, you can speak to them about getting your local vape shop to get them in, give it a try. So I've reviewed a couple of Better Life products now, and I'm actually surprised that Better Life aren't stocked in more UK shops, because I find the quality of their products so far, the quality of their products has been a lot better than other big name brands that ship stuff, you know, that already do sell stuff in the UK. I find them better quality than Kangatech, for example. Much better quality, much better, well built. There's no fucking lines, no visible lines. I mean, every tank I've put on this, it fits nice and flush. So yeah, I do find the quality's nice. The buttons are lovely and clicky. There's no button rattle at all. They're solid. So yeah, and you know, they look pretty neat too. I mean, just look at that. It's pretty snazzy. It's a pretty snazzy design. You know, it's nice and matte. It's not gloss. It's not a fingerprint magnet. It's just nice. So I don't understand why they're not in more shops. In fact, I'm going to put a call out right now to all shops watching this. Contact Better Life and get some of these in for your more sort of, you know, your more sort of pocket, you know, more pocket friendly sort of mods, more pocket friendly prices. Because there's a lot of companies out there who don't seem to realise that there's a lot of vapors who don't have shitloads of money, and this little setup is perfect for those sort of people. It's a perfect starter kit with the tank and the mod, and you know, it's a perfect starter kit for anyone wanting to get into sub-ohming. Absolutely perfect. So yeah, get onto these guys at bullvapor.com today, and either pick one up yourselves or get your local vape shop onto them, because these are fantastic and they're cheap. But considering how cheap they are, they're really well built. That was the battery door you could hear there. See, absolutely solid. Really nice bit of kit, and nice and weighty too. So well worth it. Right, okay, so there's the website behind me. Haha. There's not much more to say really, except I was sent this for the purpose of review. And please like, share and subscribe to my channel, so I can show you more videos in the future. The more people subscribe, the more I get noticed, the more people want to send me stuff to review for you guys out there. So yeah, you know, give me a shout, leave some comments below, and let me know what you think of this thing, and then yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next video. So until then, vapists, what else is there to say but toot toot motherfuckers, toot toot.